Welcome to Cute Mania Live. I'm laughing because of the chat, the YouTube. There's a live chat I forgot
All
to tell you
right.
about. So, and I'll tell you about what's going on in there in a second. But maybe laugh. I have blacksound with me tonight. Welcome to the show, guys. It's nice to have you from I guess from Tokyo, my first ever kind of Japanese band because not all of you are natives, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that at some point. But I've been to the Far East. Well, I mean like on here. I've been to the Far East in China, so I guess it's kind of similar in a way. But we'll get to all that confusion later. But welcome to the show. I had a fantastic weekend, and I was telling the guys a little bit before we went live here. I didn't get to introduce them because they have, in their riders, it just says, they don't need to be introduced by anybody unless it's approved, and we didn't want to go through all that. So we had a local band, Scare Tape, right here in Clarksburg, and they opened the show. They started it out, and then we had Fall Babylon from Pittsburgh, fantastic guys, and then Flaw, and it was phenomenal. I was standing on both sides of the stage behind the curtain, taking video and pictures and everything, and I got a drumstick. I had to help the drummer. He broke something on his what am I thinking? His pedal, his bass drum pedal, and so I guess my prize was a drumstick. But that's badass still, though. I mean, I got to talk to them and hang out, and just it was freezing ass cold outside, but we had a great time. It was awesome. I had my own dressing room. It was the first time I've ever, probably the last time I'll have my own dressing room. But I had a shower. I had it was like a what they call a vanity mirror where you can do your makeup. I didn't have
Did
any
you
makeup
use
to do,
the
so I just
shower,
sat there and I stared into the mirror. I was like, that's right. Yeah, you're good. No, it was creepy, but we had a great time. But Sean was putting that event on, and he's in the chat, and he was actually here tonight, and he says we're gonna auction you off tonight. I'm like, why? Like what? I thought that show, because that show was a fundraiser for his organization. So I thought we were good. We were done with fundraising for the time being. Apparently not. Apparently we're auctioning me off to somebody. I don't know. Is this like a cattle auction, or is this do we need one of those guys that like talk like four? Do we need one of those guys? I mean, what is, I don't understand. So he said so tonight Scott is being auctioned off. Bidding starts at $1, and then Mike, which is my roommate, he's in there on the couch. He says, "Do you have change?" Isn't that messed up? You want a place to live or not? I thought he was going to bed. He said he was going to bed. He says, yeah, nickels, dimes, and pennies. Well, I guess you're not going to make any money, Sean.
There you go.
That's right. He said, I was hoping someone would have helped me toss him into the front row like one of them beach balls. We did have beach balls at the show. And I was asking the beach ball purchaser, I said, just get the blue ones. You know how epic that would be to watch a bunch of blue balls? It was like a community theater kind of setup. It wasn't like an arena or a music bar or anything. It was like a very, very sophisticated like theater. So it's like, let's get, if you're gonna get beach balls, get the blue ones and let's bounce those around. Yeah.
Sense.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. I don't know what this auction crap is, but I'm gonna move on from that. Sean, get your own show. If you wanna auction people off, get your own podcast. Anyway, welcome guys. It's nice to have you on. I started listening to you. I don't even know how. Somehow I started listening to you guys, and I was like, this is the shit. Like, this is badass. Because I mean, I'm always looking for something new to listen to that really gets me going. Like I listen to everybody that I have on the show. I love every guest I have. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's just that sound, like, as like personally that you actually search for. When anybody searches for music, or new music, and everybody wants something new. I always listen to like Perfect Circle. Perfect Circle is my favorite, so I listen to them a lot. But I need something to like look forward to. And for right now, it's blacksound, and it's the shit. I'm telling you, it's really good stuff.
Oh yeah, man! Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Tell me how you got because you're kind of based in Tokyo, right? For now.
Yes, correct.
Tell me how this happened. What's the story with this?
Well, so Black Sound originally started. I was actually born in San Diego in California, but basically raised all my life in Los Angeles. And so I don't remember how old I was, maybe like 14, 15, somewhere around there. I just got tired of like trying to rope my friends to make bands with me. So I just started going on the internet and like on Craigslist and stuff and
Mm-hmm.
finding dudes that were way older than me to join their bands, you know. And so I basically formed a whole band through Craigslist, like found every single member. And that was kind of the seed of what would become Black Sound. It was like it's a really local band, like DIY everything. We called ourselves I versus I. And so for a long time, it was just like there was four of us, and it was just the rhythm guitar, the bass, the drums, and me. So we were always kind of like, man, we need a lead guitar player. Like I was writing all the music, and I'm no lead guitar player. So we were just saying like that's the one thing it's missing. So we were looking for a lead guitar player again on Craigslist, and luckily we found Andrew, who was also living in LA at the time, but originally is from North Carolina. And
Yeah.
so we did that for local band stuff for I don't know about 1 year, 1.5 years, something like that. And Andrew ended up having to go back to North Carolina, and the band just kind of naturally dissolved, like among other reasons. But so we kind of just started workshopping the songs that we had from I versus I. And so me and Andrew would just send stuff back and forth on the internet, and we rewrote songs, we wrote new songs. So eventually we had 7 songs that we were like, all right, this is awesome. These are the songs we want to do. Let's take them into the studio. And at that time, I'm friends with the band Bad Omens.
Oh yeah,
so
I've seen them.
yeah,
A couple times.
they're the
Badass.
best. And so I've known the vocalist Noah since before like Bad Omens even blew up, like before he was Bad Omens, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
He was just like an online friend of mine. But so after Bad Omens, signed to Sumerian and got big, and Noah moved out to LA, him and Jolly, their rhythm guitar player. Me and Noah talked a long time, like, oh, let's work on something together one of these days. And so finally I was just like, yo, we got these songs, let's do it. And so Andrew flew out for a weekend from North Carolina, and he tracked all his lead guitar parts, and I think everything else, because I played everything else on the record that would become Pathos.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it took us very long. Like maybe like I was going back and forth to Japan at that time because actually my grandfather's Japanese. So my mom was half Japanese and I'm quarter Japanese. And so he has a company out in Japan. And so he's been growing. He's had it for like close to 15 years now. But around the start of 2018, when I was recording all the Black Sound stuff, he hit me up and he was like, oh, the business is starting to go really well. But kind of his distributor partners, I guess you'd call it, they were a little worried because he's an old man. You know, he's my grandpa.
Yeah.
So he wanted me to come and show my face to these guys and be like, yo, this is my heir, basically, you know? And so it was around that time he was basically like, yo, like, you know, you don't have to do this right now, but come out and learn the language and learn how to read it and write it and speak it and all that. And then when the day comes, you're going to have to help me with this company. And I was like, okay, can I keep doing music when I come out to Japan? He was like, yeah, go for it. And so, you know, Black Sound, it wasn't really a band at that point, just kind of a musical project. So I said, all right, I'll take Black Sound with me. And so I took the finished EP, and I actually met Reda through Instagram. He just commented on one of my pictures one day and he was like, cool picture in Japanese or something. I replied back. I was like, yo, dude, I don't speak Japanese, but let's hang out. I don't have any friends in Japan.
That's awesome.
It was weird. Like from my perspective, dude, like I was going through Instagram and I saw this random dude just playing the guitar, right?
Yeah.
And the front man for Bad Omens walks behind him. And I was like, at the time they were like gonna go through member changes. That was like 4 years ago when the old bassist for Bad Omens left. So
Yeah,
I thought Taylor was gonna be their new guitarist or some shit. And then I went to his account and I see this guy just hanging out with like an old Japanese grandpa, right? I just see a bunch of pictures. And so I was like, wait, I was like, does this dude live here? And at the time I was in a different band, and we wanted a guitarist too. So I was like, oh, why not, become homies with this dude? He looks like a cool dude. And then somehow I ended up just joining at the end.
Yeah, me and Retta, we were just like tight homies for a good while. And then I told him, I'm bringing
my Japan. When you went to Japan, did you drag Andrew with you? Is that how did he come?
No, Andrew actually, so he had flew down. He was always flying to LA to record music or record music videos or anything like that. But so he was always in North Carolina, and he's actually in LA now, but how long you been in LA again, Andrew? Like, it's only been like a couple of years, I think.
Yeah, I moved back in January of 2020.
Yeah,
it was good.
Literally, Andrew, Retta, and my girlfriend
and German Shepherd. Don't forget.
And my giant German Shepherd, 100-pound German Shepherd. I literally had them all loaded into my studio apartment so that we could record the next blacksound album and just like hang out, basically. Like
I had like a to-do list of like find apartment, find job, make the blacksound album.
Andrew literally drove across the country just so he was like, all right, I'm gonna go record this album and stay with Taylor for a month and figure out what my job and my apartment's gonna be.
You guys didn't know each other, Andrew and Taylor. You guys didn't know each other at all. You just online, right?
Like I said in the very beginning of I versus I, Andrew and I, so we had known each other and become like good friends for like a year and a half, and then he had to go back to North Carolina. But even then, we were still talking like every month on Facebook Messenger, stuff like that,
Yeah, like I did most of the I wrote like in I think the 3 or so years I was in North Carolina, I wrote all my guitar parts. I did all the demoing. So before I was able to just fly out to LA and basically, do 2 or 3 9-hour days and just grind through everything I needed to do and then go back. But yeah, then I moved back out. I like living out here, and also, it's just for doing, music in general. It's a good place to be. And also it's easier to.
You did the right thing, I think, because it's working. It really is. What you guys are doing is working. I want to play go ahead and play a song because, for viewers that haven't heard of you guys and they need to hear of you guys. If you haven't, look them up. But I want to play Forget first. Tell me a little bit about this song. What's it about? And, anything you want to say about it before we play it.
Well, Forget was like one of the first like 3 or 4 demos that we made for I versus I. And it started out like it was just a 3-chord song, like bar chord, power chord. And it was super simple. And I sent it to the band at the time, and Andrew was like, oh, this is awesome, but I got to spice this up, bro. Like he was like, it's so basic right now. So he sent back this like crazy masterpiece. Like he like redid all the guitar stuff and all the bass, and it was just awesome. And I was like, oh, dude, I got to do some crazy like post-production synth and pianos and shit on there now. And so the song, it really came like super naturally. And when we took it to the Bad Omens guys to re-record it, it really didn't change a lot. And like, not that a bunch of other songs changed a whole lot, but Forget really, like, I think Noah helped me like with the delivery a lot for my singing and harmonies and stuff like that. But for the most part, like Forget, what you hear is always what it's been, and the song meaning behind itself, like the lyrics and stuff. I wrote it after my mom had recently passed away unexpectedly. And so I just kept finding myself in this kind of vicious cycle of I would be really depressed and I'd get a little bit better and okay, I'd start seeing the brighter side of things and I'd be happy for a good while and feel like, oh, I'm making good progression. And then suddenly you just find yourself back at square one again. And I'm so depressed again. And how did I lose all my motivation and blah, blah, blah. And so that's kind of the song. I say, like, I can't change. I'm going to die this way. Please forget me. Like, it was a really like hopeless song where it was kind of like, I don't I don't think I'll ever be more than just this sad cycle of being sad and anxious and stuff like that. But since actually writing the song, I think it's morphed into almost kind of like a song about like self-acceptance. And I kind of don't paint it in that negative view anymore. And instead of looking at it like this kind of, oh, I suck and I'm always going to suck and that's it. Like now I look at it more like, yo, I am who I am and I'm at peace with that. You know I'm not perfect, but nobody is. And, that's accepting who I am, for my pros, my cons.
It's freaking badass. I'm telling you, it's badass. Sean's texting. Well, see, I can't talk. He says, watching the video for Breathless, awesome song. And he says, Bleed Black is one heck of a sick song. And we'll hear Bleed Black at the end of the show, or towards the end of the show. But
hey, thank you.
Forget.
Sweet.
It's all awesome. Check it out.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Just let me fall apart.
Man, I was just reading along with the lyrics. I try not to do too much listening until we're on the show. So it's so it means more. I can listen better. I mean, I listen to it, but like to really listen to it and to read the lyrics along with it and feel that passion. My goodness, terrific. It's just, and
Thank you, man.
The music matches it too. It's just like you get that build up, and then it comes back down again, and then it just at the end, it's great. I love it.
Thank you so much,
It's
man.
good,
Awesome.
good to hear something new again like that. That it's not that music's not going away because you guys know it too. Genres are what is it? What is the metal genre? What is the rock genre? Well, you got the subgenre. You got prog rock. You got new metal. I mean, what is So what do you guys think? That you guys fit under? I mean, guys, I can't place it. I can't place it, and I'm sure you can't place it either, and that's okay. You shouldn't have. It's black sound's what it is. That sounds like black sound. I could say that to something, because it doesn't sound like anything anybody else.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can remember at our first shows, like even before Andrea joined the band, I would introduce us. I'd say, "Hi, we're an angry rock band from Los Angeles, California. We're I versus I. Let's do this." So that's how I described us. Like when the band really first started, I was just like angry rock music. But now, like you said, like we blend a lot of what we like. But at the end of the day, I think most people will just call it rock or metal. It depends like how scared people are of some screaming vocals every now and then. So I think it's pretty accessible, but some people still might be turned off by that, So rock or metal though.
Metal, yeah.
I mean, I could name a few bands that it sounds like, but it doesn't because then it would be them. You can't.
Right.
Then you'd be a cover band or something. I mean, that's why I do the show. Really, anybody that I have on, they sound like themselves. They don't sound like anybody else because it's them. I know it's a very general thing to say, but it's true. I mean, like, there are some bands that sound exactly like Dave Matthews well, not really, but they tried. You know what I mean? Like okay, country is a very good example of this. How many country singers do you know that sound like a huge superstar? A crap ton, because that's what country music is. There's really no.
It's like an assembly line.
It is, yeah, and it all sounds exactly the same. Maybe they're singing about something different, but not really. They're all singing about a damn tractor and a girlfriend,
Yeah.
There's a video where they
and I'm not saying it sucks, but like it sucks that it's not so original. There's no original elements. Everybody they're gonna use a violin, they're gonna use a lap steel, because they have to. But damn it, black sound's the shit. That's all I gotta
say. there's a funny video where they take, I think it's like 6 of these of like the real like the mainstream radio country songs. They line them up in Pro Tools and they cut in between the songs, and it's exactly they're like everything, like the BPM, the lyrics, the tempo, the way the dude sounds. Yeah, it's like
exactly the same.
It's one song, and there's some good, definitely with country. There's some good like alternative country, or some of the more like stripped back stuff where there's like country where it's like kind of blending with indie rock, and I can see the beginnings of kind of a return to that more like to good country music. I think we just kind of have to get this like 10-year wave of Florida Georgia line music.
20 years at this point, my goodness, it's been for
that's true. Like it is. It goes back to
North Carolina, so I'm sure it was huge there. And I'm from I'm in West Virginia.
Like
and my God, I can't. I mean, it's not that brutal, but it's like it's bad. But it's we don't know. I don't have anything against people that play their style of music. I really don't. But do something different, please. And like I like the sitting on the front porch playing a banjo type of country. That's the backwoods country. That shit,
Oh yeah, that is
You're
the
smoking
bluegrass
stuff.
stuff.
You don't care if it's bad for you. You just do it anyway. Like the Marlboro Man. Remember that guy? He didn't hurt anybody. He did not hurt anybody. He might have died of lung cancer. We don't know. He might have not even been a real guy. We don't know. It's kind of like the pancakes. I'm not going to get into this, but the pancake syrup. Aunt Jemima, she got royalties from that.
I miss Aunt Jemima, man.
Oh God! So now you got to get Pearl Milling or
bring back my thick queen.
but Mrs. Butterworth's, isn't she still a
there
bottle?
You go. I think she might still be a bottle. Yeah.
Yeah. So that offends me. Let's take her down. Take her down. Take her down. You know? It's
It's
crap.
fat phobic, bro.
What's it like when I when I had the guys from well in China, they said it was really difficult to get to distribute anything, you know, because of, you know how I guess you know the government how they're so what's the word I'm thinking of? You guys probably know what I'm talking about. It's
like authoritarian.
yeah, you know they you know they don't want you have to be careful, like there's VPNs and you know all that stuff. You got to be real secretive about distributing anything outside the country. Is it like that in Japan also?
No, I mean that's the thing where Black Sound's situation is really like interesting and unique is because we really blew up with Forget and we really blew up in America. And so most of our listeners are from America. We've got a lot in like Australia and like actually like Russia, stuff like that actually. But in Japan, like we've definitely got a presence in Japan, but I think that more had to do with the fact Retta was so well connected. So when I kind of moved out to Tokyo and became friends with Retta and Retta joined the band, you know, everyone was friends with Retta basically already. So it was kind of like big news, like, oh shit, Retta's in this new weird kind of foreigner band with this quarter Japanese guy. And so everyone kind of knew about it the first. And, you know, Retta was introducing me to everyone. I was making all these new friends.
Are you speaking Japanese also now?
I mean, I'm speaking my poor Japanese. I always say like I can say like stupid versions of what I want to say, and like people understand what I'm saying. Like they get the gist of it, even if it sounds like I'm talking like a baby or something. But my problem is listening. Like my friends will just be talking to me, and I'll just be like, "Yeah, let me pull out Google Translate real quick," you know.
So, Reddy, you're from Tokyo originally, correct? You were born in Tokyo.
Born here, yep.
What's it like? Give us a little snapshot of it. And you know, just what
What's it like?
What's it like? Well, have you been to America yet?
I actually grew up in New Jersey when I was younger.
Wait a minute, everybody's
in elementary school.
Everyone's from New Jersey somehow.
Somebody was originally from New Jersey somehow. What? Okay, wait a minute. This wasn't discussed before we started. Okay, all right, ready. Give us a little background here.
Being half like Moroccan, you know, North African, and half Japanese, and thanks to my parents, I got to like, you know, my family got to move to America and experience that. So like, I am from Tokyo, and at this point, I think half of my life was spent here in Tokyo. But Tokyo, how would I even describe it? I think it's like compared to the West, you know, what we call the West, like Europe, yeah, America, and whatnot.
Sure.
It might be like the weirdest place you could go to, right? It's like it's not like mountains and nature. Like you can find nature in Japan, of course, but you go to a city that's kind of built like New York. You know, every city tries to imitate New York. If you're not like Rome, maybe Rome is an old place. They're not trying to imitate, but like, Japan is like almost like a multiverse of like the cities you've been to in your life.
Wow. In
a weirdest way, in a good way and bad way. It's like so different.
Yeah, I mean, like,
so it's a must visit place.
I mentioned this on pretty much every show, but I get on Google Earth quite a bit because I just like to explore and like look around at things, you know, just and you can do all that on Google Earth. It's terrific what you can do, and you know, I have a buddy that he moved to Houston. He's from Texas, but he lives in Houston now, and Houston is very, very spread out also as a city. You know, like you know, in Google Earth, you know, you can focus. Okay, the big buildings. Okay, that's the city. No, the hell, it's not. you turn around and there's another fucking group of big cities. You know, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Or not big city, but you know, a group of big buildings. So it's just spread out, and you know, you look at like Beijing.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, dude. It's like mind blowing.
It's like another planet. You know, it's another freaking.
Yeah.
And on there, you know, you can filter out like just where it shows just lights like at nighttime. And there's really no
Far East is different,
daytime
bro.
and nighttime there because it's all lights. I mean, it's crazy. Is it like in Tokyo also? Is that spread out?
Tokyo's Yeah, some places the city never sleeps, bro.
I couldn't do it.
You know.
Do they drive crazy like they do in like Jersey and in New York, in like big cities here? Because I cannot stand that crap. Everybody's in a big hurry, even if they're not in a
So
big hurry. You know what I mean? It's just like I can't stand it. Why are you? So, why are you
people
put me off? You know?
people don't got the space to drive crazy here. Like the highways
Really?
in the city would be like 2 lanes, bro.
Well,
It's
they have a
crazy.
lot of like
A
train
highway.
stations there, too, right? Like there's a lot of like,
Yeah,
mass
yeah, yeah.
station, yeah.
So if you're not like
Sean,
people
I
use
forgot.
trains more.
Sean's actually from New Jersey, and he's wanting to know what part of New Jersey that you're from.
New Jersey. I think the first place I stayed was Fort Lee, right next to the George Washington Bridge.
I've been to Trenton. I will never go back.
Yeah,
Back to Trenton. I hate Trenton. I hate Trenton with a passion. I went there to see a buddy here, and I still talk to him. It's wasn't his fault. He lives in Nashville now. He's a very good friend of mine.
But
I will
honestly,
never,
thanks
ever-
to joining this band, like going to California, going to the West Coast, it didn't feel like the same country, to be honest. Like I was so used to like just being in New Jersey. Like people were different. The weather, obviously,
How is the weather
it was
different
cool.
in Japan than what's the climate like? I guess because I do talk about the
Climate,
weather. Believe it or not, I talk about the weather a lot on the show. It's weird.
Oh no, it's common things as humans, we need to go through, deal with. The summer is hell, bro. The summer is stupid because we have bunch of mountains. Yeah, bunch of mountains, and it's hot. The ocean is moist. It's humid.
A lot of people are afraid of that word, but goddamn it, I love that word. Moist. I'm gonna start a band called Moist, just so people have to say it. Who you gonna go see?
I gotta be in it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Moist.
So the humidity doesn't go nowhere. Like it's just in your face, dude. It feels like, and the crowded train. Have you seen the videos of those crowded trains in Tokyo?
Probably.
Like the train conductors literally need to push people in.
What?
Imagine that during like a humid summer, bro. But while you're having your like guitar equipment and all that.
Oh
yeah.
Man,
that's a bad idea.
It's horrible, dude.
Why don't they just build more trains or something? I mean, you would think.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a solution.
That's why I'm telling these guys, bro.
The trains stay the same, but they keep building new apartments every day.
Oh yeah, it's like you have the room for that, but you can't build another track. Come on.
Yeah,
bro.
So not a lot of people like drive. Then is more of like a mass transit kind of city, correct? Which
yeah. We do have a bunch of cars too, though.
He's saying. I have things that have to be they're held for review, like depending on what YouTube decides what words they hold, but I have to have that for different reasons. But Sean said he lived in southern Jersey outside of Philly. Who cares?
Oh, nice.
Oh wow,
it's a good music town, man. A lot of good
Jersey?
bands in that area.
I've been to Philly. I've been to Philly one time, but it doesn't count at all because it was a school trip. I didn't get to go party in the bars.
Hey.
They didn't let us down.
Go to a hardcore show, man.
Yeah,
Philly's the mecca.
We went to the Liberty Bell,
Yeah, the
You
Benjamin
already had a crack
Franklin
in it, so there
Museum.
was nothing I could do, But and then they had those weird guys on the corner selling T-shirts.
Yes, Philly's awesome.
I
Like,
think they're in every city, though. That's
yeah.
or at every concert. What did you say about Philly?
it's when I was on the East Coast, I played in a couple bands, and I've done 3 shows in Philadelphia in my life, and all of them were crazy.
Whereabouts? What venues? Do you remember the names of the venues?
Oh man, one of them was like a house show by Temple University. One of them was called Crush House. It was like a dystopian warehouse where the venue, like when we got to the venue, we were loading in, it was like an auto garage, and it looked like a chop shop. So we're loading the gear, and there were dudes like taking cars apart, and then they're like, oh, the venue's right through there. I don't know. It's a really,
and you're like, hold on to your equipment. Like, is this gonna be safe or?
Yeah, no, that's like, yeah, Philly, you'd have someone like fire watch the van if you're loading in and out. It's like the shows were amazing and the bands were amazing, but yeah, Philadelphia, that's a rough city, man. The city of brotherly love is gnarly, but the music scene is incredible. So many good bands coming out of there.
I did hear on the news today that they added some more brothers to their neighborhood because a migrant bus from down in Texas dropped some migrants off
I
for
don't
the
know.
first time today in Philly. Isn't that crazy? Our president. No, okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh no.
I could do a rant cast.
It's gonna become
Oh,
punk rock podcast, bro.
The
Sean
good
wants
thing
me-
about Philly though is it's cheap, man. I remember I was playing one of the bands. They were paying. There was like they had a 2-bedroom apartment. It was like $500 a month, and I was like, God damn, you're saving money. They're like, that's why we have time to go to schlep around and do shows in
Schlep.
Philly.
I love that word schlep. Who are you? Some kind of schlepper? I don't know. I want to play Painted Tunnels. I don't want to run out of time. I can talk to you guys forever. This is great. Painted Tunnels is your newest single, and plus Sean wants me to do the Wiener segment. We'll do that after Painted Tunnels if Sean reminds me, because I'll probably forget.
Oh, whoa.
No, well, it's
Wiener segment.
is it?
I
what
I
you
won't
think?
forget that.
It might be what you think, but I think we should do it too because it is Japan. What's he saying?
Oh, now I'm really excited.
He said Hitchbot didn't survive Philly. What does that mean? Hitchbot. I don't know what that means.
What?
Sean says Hitchbot didn't survive Philly.
Is that a band?
I don't know what he said. Never forget Hitchbot. Nobody knows what you're talking about, Sean. Just wait. We'll do it in a second. But what's give us a little bit about Painted Tunnels. That's your newest single, correct? And tell us about that song.
Painted Tunnels is funny because that's kind of one that we had in the reserves for a while. I think it was one of the first demos I wrote after I versus I had kind of ended and Andrew had moved back to North Carolina. So it was really like a kind of like transitional song, like kind of from our old style turning into what blacksound would be. And it didn't really fit what we were doing on Pathos. And so when we went back into the studio to start recording the Rosary stuff, we were like, taking stock of our songs, and Painted Tunnels was one that we thought, oh, this one could be really cool if we rework it and it could fit our style that we've made now. And so, so we reworked it, and the overall meaning of Painted Tunnels, I'm trying to think, because the lyrics, I remember revising the lyrics a lot, but I think the general meaning of Painted Tunnels is it's kind of telling this story of like escapism, almost like, kind of wanting to be in a different situation, no matter, how would I say, like,
No matter the circumstance.
yeah, exactly. Just kind of, being upset with where you're at, whether it's, I was writing it from a point of loss, but, whether you're dealing with anything that you'd rather not be dealing with, that this song is kind of about you going someplace else in your head. I say, like, we painted tunnels on our bedroom walls, and that's me kind of, painting this visual imagery of, I just want an exit, an entrance to somewhere else. I'll paint it on my wall because I can't even leave my room,
Yeah.
And so it's a weird song. It's got a lot of like different meanings, I feel. And I think that's the cool thing with a lot of blacksound's lyrics is people can really put their own meaning into it. And a lot of times people do. And when I hear, oh, like that song that you wrote about this and that, I'll be like, whoa, I didn't realize you could get that from the song, but it makes sense. So I think Painted Tunnels is a special one because it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
True, that's for sure. I was going to elaborate, but I won't elaborate this time. Take a listen to Painted Tunnels. This is awesome. This is their newest track from blacksound. Check it out.
Bury the mundane, explore the exceptional.
That's my favorite part.
My reflection is foreign, this room is the same. Perspective abhorrent, inspire the blame. Pain in the pleasure, solace and change. Family and fire and love in the flames. Fortune favors the bold. Because I painted sadness on my bedroom walls. If you could beg me, Captain, would I change it all? If I could take the shadows to turn into all. If you could paint it golden, would it change it all? Innocence and trials of like-minded thieves, digging a grave for a house made of leaves. Built a foundation on false hope and dreams. Gold turns to stone and the stones bury me. Distance and trials of like-minded thieves, digging a grave for a house made of leaves. Built a foundation on false hope and dreams. Gold turns to stone and the stones bury me. Because I painted sadness on my bedroom walls. If you could beg me, Captain, would I change it all? If I could take the shadows to turn into all. If you could paint it golden, would it change it all?
I can't sing like that at all, but that's badass.
Me neither.
Yeah,
know
me
how he does
neither
it.
most of the time.
Great stuff. I love it. But before we continue, I have 3 shows this week. I usually don't do more than two, but I did 4. I did 2 in one day one time. I did 4 in one week. I just don't like to do that. It's just I don't get sick of it, but you just kind of run out of things. You're gonna get sick of hearing yourself talk. I do that a lot, but it's but I do have another show tomorrow at 5 p.m. A little bit earlier of a show. Black Hole Zion. I have Mark Benicosa. He'll be on representing Black Hole Zion. He'll actually be here, so he'll be right beside me and
Live in the studio.
yes, live
Hell
in
yeah.
studio. Live in studio. We have no. Live in studio right here. I love doing the face to face ones just as much as the ones on Zoom because we're still face to face, but we can't smell each other. So there are pros and cons to each instance, but so it'll be nice to have him here. He actually, the very first band I was in eons ago, he was actually he recorded all of that, and it was phenomenal. It was really good. Everything sounded great. So it'll be nice to have him here. He can look at my setup and say, "Okay, you're doing this wrong. You could do this a lot easier. Your microphone has way too much gain. So I'm waiting for that, basically. So and then we'll talk about his band. But his band it's called Black Hole Zion. It's kind of like I don't know. It's one of those things. It's hard to explain. Also, it kind of sounds like Rob Zombie-ish, because it's industrial kind of stuff. But then it's not. Then it's like metal, and then it's just all of it's techno with machines and stuff. It changes a lot. So that it's really cool. They play a lot. Regionally, locally, and regionally. So it'd be cool to have him on. It's very difficult to get local bands. I've found the 2 years I've done this, over 2 years. It's been difficult to get local bands. I don't know why. But it doesn't matter because I'll go to Japan if I have to. Damn it.
Anytime, man.
And then let's see. Friday I have a fantastic band from Pittsburgh. I have a great Pittsburgh network. Pittsburgh's not that far from me, about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. I go up there quite a bit to see shows, and so a lot of guests that I've had are from Pittsburgh. But this band I've never met any of them, but they're from Pittsburgh. They're called Dragonfly Effect, and they're badass. They'll be on Friday at 8 o'clock. And then skipping ahead to Thanksgiving. Are you guys going to celebrate Thanksgiving, even though they probably don't in Japan?
I was actually gonna get together with some of my other. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're good. Yeah.
I was actually gonna get together with some of my other American friends that were that live in Japan, but they actually had something come up and we had to cancel. And I'm not in Tokyo right now. Actually, I'm actually visiting my Japanese grandfather. It's about maybe a 2-hour drive away. But so yeah, I'm here right now. And originally I was gonna have some friends come over, but plans fell through. So
Did they
I'll probably
eat
just be
turkey?
cooking.
Did they eat turkey at all in Japan?
Nah, not really. There's no turkey,
Really?
but
Oh.
I cook up some pork belly that is better, bro.
No turkey at all. Like, wait, you can't even go like to the deli and get like a turkey sandwich.
At some really big grocery stores, you can go to the frozen section and maybe find a turkey. But around Thanksgiving time, all the other foreigners in Japan go and buy them up. So you got to get on it quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and yeah, I kind of go non-traditional also. Like if I'm having my own here because like my sister she lives about 3 hours away and my parents sometimes go there and then I just don't feel like it or something and I'll have like prime rib or something.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Something
love
other than-
cooking. So I do the same thing. I go in with a pork belly, man. And then
Man, you
I
can't
make
go
a
wrong.
gravy with the pork belly juices, bro. It's better than turkey, y'all. I'll say
Since
it.
we're
I'll
talking
die on this
If
hill.
we're talking food. We're gonna do the wiener segment.
Okay.
But first, Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving Eve is when everybody gets wasted. Well, around here, around this
What?
room. But we jam out, we play music and things like that. Friends are over and stuff. But I decided to have a show, and I have a very good band from Yonkers, New York, called Maintenance that are going to be on the show at 8 o'clock. So we'll do that first, and then we'll get drunk with them, and then we'll get drunk here. And eat.
I hope it's maintenance spelled with no vowels, because that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Wait a minute. Wait. I'd have to text that out to see if that would is it a
I don't know. Just no vowels is cool, bro. It's a move.
That's metal.
that is so metal.
Or replace all the A's with V's, bro.
Your eyes are bleeding. I did have a band on recently called Seven with 3 V's.
There you
Yeah.
go.
You guys are
That's how
Yo.
that's how I know they're hard,
They are,
bro.
they are phenomenal. They were from the Bayou of Louisiana, and goddamn it, they're badass.
I wish it was
Let's
7 with
go.
7 V's.
It's just 7B.
So, I don't know. I don't even know if they do that, but I do that. 7.
Like,
Stupid. What was I talking about? Oh, Wiener segment. Wiener segment.
wiener segment.
Hey.
I have a new mixer that I always debut something new in the new year, after the new year, because I take 2 weeks off. I try to, and then after the new year, I'll debut something new for the show. I don't know why, but I have this new mixer. It's badass. It's very difficult to use. That's why I'm not using it yet, because I don't want to mess it up. But I don't have a Wiener segment jingle. Anybody want to do it? Come up with one. You got one?
This is the wiener segment. There you go. That's all you need.
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
sample that. I'm gonna sample that now. Okay.
Yeah, you do it. At the end, he goes, wiener.
How do you like your wiener? No. So what the wiener segment is? My roommate Mike that was speaking in the chat earlier. What does that mean? Sean's put MTN. Oh,
Yeah, he's
maintenance,
working it
no
out.
vowels.
he's on the no vowel thing. Yeah. Anyway.
I bet it looks cool. That's free maintenance. That one's for free.
Yeah.
It's a free game.
I would give that to them. I would be like, here's a gift from Japan, right here.
Yep, there you go.
Anyway, the wiener segment came about because Mike, he's bashful on the show. He did come on the show last week briefly, and then he made up something excuse that he had to go, but he lives here. But he's a hot dog connoisseur. He eats hot dogs like he loves them. He will travel miles, and he'd probably travel to Japan if they had a unique hot dog for him to try.
Oh, they got some sausages out here he'd love.
And I keep telling him, I was like, the only way you can defend yourself is to come on the show and do your own freaking wiener segment, because I'm sick of doing it, honestly. But no, it is kind of interesting to know what people like on their hot dogs. No, it's not that interesting. but he's gonna want to know. Did you ask me a question? Yes, I did. So here it is. So basically, whether Japan or New Jersey or North Carolina or LA, what do you like on your hot dogs? Each of you, and then we're gonna do a collective thing.
Oh man,
Bacon
it's
wrapped, bro.
bacon wrap.
Bacon wrapped. Street dog.
Man, I gotta go with. I like just the classic, like mustard, onions, and ketchup, or sauerkraut.
Pickles,
Oh.
bro.
Yeah, dude.
Pickle
But
boys.
pickle. Everybody says pickles. Pickles is a cheeseburger topping, and everybody knows it. Everybody
No,
knows
I ain't a pickle boy. I ain't
even
about
like
the pickles.
Pickles are disgusting, but wait. I had somebody in Chicago say jalapeno, or no, it wasn't jalapenos. It was pepperoncinis. No, that's a Papa
No.
John's thing. The Papa John's guy already has that trademark. You can't do that. But
I'm from LA, bro. So anytime you go to a concert or anything that's getting out late night, they got the street dogs, dude. And that's
So it's
bacon wrapped
bacon-wrapped?
hot dogs with sauteed onions on top, bro.
Yeah,
and it's
dude.
the
Okay, yeah,
best.
that's it.
It's
That's
the
all you need.
best.
You don't need sour.
Nothing gets better than a street dog, bro.
That sounds fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
What about chili? Is chili a thing? You know,
Oh,
everything
yeah.
around here is chili. You gotta have chili, and it's not the soup
Love
chili.
chili
Hot dog
dogs.
chili. It's different. Hello. Hello. I had a visitor. It's not Mike though.
Oh, I
What
thought we were getting some wiener
like on your
conversation started.
do you like on your wiener? Did I already ask you that once? Okay, well I'm gonna ask you. We're doing the wiener segment. So what do you like on your wiener? Hot dog. No, what do you like on? What's your toppings? Ketchup, chili, onion, and what? And nacho cheese. Now that's
No, whoa.
Hey.
Whoa,
That's like an
fancy.
AM PM dog.
That's
Like a
Yeah, dude.
7-Eleven
stoner
dog.
dog. A
you know?
stoner dog. A stoner dog.
Yeah, a big bite.
The big dude. 2 a.m.
There you
See,
go.
but the big thing here, the big thing in West Virginia, especially around here, is they call it everything. Now, everything to anybody that doesn't know what everything is could be everything. You know, like everything that they have, and it kind of is, but it's kind of not. It's just mustard, onion, and chili. No ketchup. If you ask for ketchup, they look at you weird. They won't kick you out,
That
but
how
they
it
look at
goes.
you like, he's not from around here. But it's everything is ketchup or see I'm screwing up. I'm so tired. No, I'm kidding. It's mustard, onion, and chili is everything, and for some of the Fairmont people, chocolate milk with it.
Oh,
It's classic.
I'd try it.
Try
I'd
that.
try it.
That'll it might not change your life, but hey, it might.
While we're on the wiener topic, I'll say
there we go. He's into the spirit
in
now.
in Japan, corn dogs are quite popular, but they're not called corn dogs.
I
They are
can't stand
called American dogs.
Not American wieners.
No, I mean, some places got them. That's actually true. They got the wiener, bro. Like that's very popular out here, or they call it like Frankfurt sometimes too. But
Frankfurters. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a guy that sometimes he co-hosts from London, and he says Frankfurters.
yeah, there you
That's
go.
hilarious.
A lot of Japanese grocery stores bring in sausages and hot dogs and stuff. They import it from America though, because it's just so much bigger and juicier, I guess.
The wieners are high class over here. I'm telling you.
Yeah, exactly. But the sausage game, they got the tiny little snap sausages down to a science. Retta can confirm. I love
It's not
I
the
love these
size.
snappy little sausages.
It's not the size. It's the flavor or something.
It's true though.
What about like beans and weenies? You guys eat beans and weenies? You know the canned beans and weenies?
No, thank you.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be opposed to them though, right?
I leave the baked beans for the English, man. I don't waste my time.
I would,
with
I
that.
would eat it.
But the weenies are right there. You
I
don't need
like it.
Two dishes, you know. It's just it's all in the same thing.
Beans and
If anything, I
toast.
just want the
So
beans.
what's the Japan? What's the Japanese? What's the Japan dish? Like I mean, we have there's Chinese takeout, there's Japanese takeout that we have here. It can't not be the same. You know, when you're there, what is the thing to get that people can't?
I mean, I'm compelled to say sushi just because it seems like the easy answer, like sushi or
Oh, like sushi,
ramen,
that's,
something
so
like
You gotta
that.
pick something else.
Well, yeah, sushi, ramen. If I was gonna go with like a really like not popular in America answer,
Yeah.
I might say like they got this thing called oyakodon, which is like it literally like the translation is like parent-child bowl because it's
That sounds
it's grilled
delicious.
chicken and like scrambled eggs basically with sauce.
Oh hell, that
So-
sounds great. That sounds
Yeah,
better than
so-
child description.
Exactly. I don't know why they named it that. It's kind of gruesome and dark, but it's delicious. And
That sounds delicious.
yeah, every
now do
place
they
that
have,
does
like-
it, they do it a little differently. So I'd recommend that because I don't
Now,
think
is there-
that's.
Is there any cuisine that's like not like we would think that would be like weird, like like squirrel, you
Bro.
know, like something totally off that we would think is disgusting.
I
but
got-
actually delicious.
I got one for you.
Okay,
Raw horse meat, bro.
Ooh, it's so good.
It's so good.
isn't that
It's
like illegal
so
to
good.
even kill one? I don't know.
I don't know. They sell them, bro. They sell
know
them.
where
So
they-
I, you know,
I don't even
I only eat them.
Raw, like
I've also tried.
like
I-
raw. Not,
I've
not
also
even cooked raw, or like
Yeah, raw horse meat.
Yeah, it's like
It's-
tartar,
It's
bro.
crazy good.
A lot of time they like serve it with like an egg yolk. So you like mix it with like an egg yolk and like scallion onions. It's
I don't know how to
good,
mix
bro.
it with anything. That just,
Ooh.
oh.
It's
It's
good.
really good.
Now, what
Yeah.
about the whole raw meat thing though? You know, like you would like, you know, because if you eat cow or something, you don't know where it's coming from.
Japan has such a long history of eating raw meat and raw fish and stuff like that, or raw eggs. Like I didn't know about that until I moved out here. They just like they scramble up an egg like before you put it in a pan, but then
then
they
I-
just like put some rice with it, and that's how they eat it too.
I mean, like
And
bodybuilders
so
and
that's
stuff
like
do
a
that.
really normal breakfast too.
That's
but,
creepy. That's creepy and crazy at the same time.
Because they have such that long history of eating the raw meat and eggs and stuff like that, they're like super cleanly in the manufacturing process so that everything is done super clean and routine so that
Except
they
for
can
that one
eat.
guy that didn't do the training, didn't pay attention in training class.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's
That's
always
what
that one
actually
guy.
I think in a lot of places in Japan, they're not allowed to sell raw chicken anymore. But there's still a lot of places that
Thank
will
God,
serve
because
raw
That's
chicken.
where I-
That's,
That's honestly where I would draw the line, dude. Like horse
yeah,
meat,
you
I
can't-
will chicken. It's just something about it, man. It's
well, yeah, you just can't.
Extra,
Nah,
bro.
horse meat. You gotta try it. Also,
yeah,
no,
whales.
horse
that's
is-
I'm
whales
down.
sa-
Horse sounds good, dude.
Bro,
I feel like
horse-
that's
Whales are good too, bro.
Whale is good.
Oh,
Greta
that's
got
right.
me
Yeah,
on
United-
some whale bacon
the-
once.
oh man.
The United Nations won't like hearing this, but whales are good, bro.
Whale.
Whale is
Whale.
good.
It's kind of
bro.
like
They're
mahi
like
mahi.
beef.
Mahi mahi is actually dolphin. They just don't want you to say dolphin. You know, what I mean, it's the same thing. You know, mahi
Oh,
mahi.
bro, I didn't like dolphin, bro. Dolphins
Yeah, we
were
tried
weird.
it. It's funny. We saw it on the menu
Yeah.
one night. We said, "Oh, they got dolphin, man. Should
Oh,
we
yeah, they
try?"
got
And I was like, "I
dolphins.
don't know about that. Dolphins are so smart, man. I don't know if I feel right about
And they're
that."
Feel
cute,
weird.
and cuddly. Yeah.
We decided to get it anyways, and
It
I was the
tastes
one
delicious.
groaning the most about it. Like, "Oh no, I don't feel right about this." But then I ate it. I was the one who liked it the most, bro. Everyone else was like, "It's too salty. It's too fishy." I was
Yeah.
like, "It's good. I like it."
Yeah, I was like, nah, bro. I didn't like the taste, so now I'm like, no, stop
It's
fishing
very
dolphins, bro.
Leave
Leave them alone.
protesting with his
because
mouth.
it's not good.
No,
Some people,
we do have Rocky Mountain oysters here. You know what that is, right?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
No, thank
I've
you.
never
You guys like
had
your
them.
balls, correct? I mean,
Bro,
you know.
one thing I haven't
That's good,
tried in
that's
the
protein.
US and I regret not trying like soul food in America, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't wait to try soul food like if we start touring in America.
Make soul
That would
food
be
with horse
dope.
meat. I'm sure. I'm
Bro,
sure it'd probably be rich as
Since you
hell.
brought up Rocky Mountain oysters, Japan one ups Rocky Mountain oysters. They serve literal sperm from a codfish, bro. It's raw
That's-
sperm from a codfish.
You
they
gotta
love
try it, bro. You gotta,
They
you
love
gotta
it.
try.
I refuse to eat it on principle alone. I said, I'm not putting that in my mouth, bro.
Sure, Sean would put that in his mouth. See, I have to say that because
Oh,
he's
there you
putting me
go.
on all night with this auction crap that hasn't happened. Apparently, nobody wants me. Whatever.
It's
Boo.
like it's a delicacy, right? It's like expensive, right?
It's real expensive.
You would think. What
Japanese people are crazy when you tell them you don't like it. They're like, what?
Yeah, well, deer meat's a big thing around here because people hunt. I don't hunt or do. I don't. It's not that I don't. I don't have anything against it or whatever. But I just don't. I have a podcast to run. I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? So like,
Right,
that's what I tell all my friends when they ask me to do
That's
something.
why Joe Rogan's Joe Rogan, and we're
Exactly. Yeah, he
not.
had to start from somewhere. So that, if I'm going to get to that level, I can't go hunting.
all. Yeah.
But no, but that's
Venison.
like venison, deer meat is a huge thing. And you're
Yeah.
actually allowed. Like West Virginia has a they actually fixed the law that if you run over something on the road, or if it's already been run over, you're allowed to pick it up and take it home.
All right.
So if a
I
horse,
feel like that's
if
just
a
a
horse
lot of
dies
possums, though.
in a traffic
I don't
accident,
think people
you can
eat
scrape it off the road and take it home. Yes, or anything.
It's got to be fresh though if you're gonna eat it raw.
Well, it depends on when
It's gonna...
It did not
it's cold
have
out.
Depends
rigor
how long
mortis.
after you hit it with your SUV, you get it to the dinner table, man.
If it's wintertime, it's already in a fridge, so you're good. You know, it's
That's
already
If you
true.
get it
Oh,
start cooking
that's
before
good.
rigor mortis hits, you're
fresh
fine.
frozen.
That's
fresh
the
frozen.
rule.
Fresh frozen.
Before rigor mortis, you're good.
Hey, speaking of rigor mortis, Bleed Black is badass. I love this song.
Oh yeah.
This song is the shit, and I'm not saying that the other it trumps the other songs, but it might. Tell us a little bit what Bleed Black's about and why you don't bleed red.
Oh, dude, Bleed Black. That's another one that was like it was in the reserves for a while, and I remember like I wrote the song, and I don't know why I didn't really dig it, but I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't really like it that much. And I showed it to Andrew, like, yeah, I wrote this song on the 8-string. It's kind of stupid. And I showed it to Andrew, and he was like, dude, that is so cool. We gotta do something with that.
It's
And
heavy,
so
heavy.
then we took it to the Bad Omens guys, and they were like, okay, we get what you're trying to do. And they put it exactly what it was meant to be, and it became the Bleed Black we know and love now. And Bleed Black actually is like it's a dark song, man. The lyrics, it deals a lot with the opioid epidemic that's happening in all of America right now. And so Bleed Black, I'm kind of telling a story from the viewpoint of an addict. And, you know, I had a lot of addicts in my family, and I never had a problem with opioids itself, but, you know, I've had problems with other substances. So it was easy to write a song from this kind of standpoint of, I know this is wrong and I know this is bad, but for some reason I just keep doing it and I can't stop. You know, it's like, I just want to feel better. I just want to feel good. I just want to feel not sick, that kind of thing. And so that's kind of the whole point of Bleed Black. You know, it's kind of saying like, I know this is overtaking me, but you know, what can I do? You know, this is it kind of, you know.
It's powerful. It's tough to talk about. You know, especially when it's a personal thing, but it might help somebody in the long run. You know.
Of course. I think now especially.
You can say that about any song, really. You know, I mean, like, or you know, every band that I talk to, you know, that has something to say about a song like that, that's something that deep. You know, it might help somebody. You know.
Yeah. And I think with the epidemic happening nowadays,
it's my favorite freaking song. It's just it's the shit. Love it.
Yeah, I love it too. Let's do it.
Here's Bleed Back by Bleed blah blah blah. See, I was doing
You're
good. I was
good. You're
doing
good.
really good, and then this happened. But no, Bleed Black by Blacksound, and you can get this.
Let's
you
get
can
heavy.
their music everywhere. So you go check.
I
it
don't
out.
care where you are right now. Drop whatever you're doing and open this pit up, y'all.
Drop the horse meat and listen to Bleed Black.
Yeah.
Drop the horse meat. Open this shit up.
Fix! Bleed! No turning back! Black! Run, bleeding black again! I lick the flame, I feel throb. Just looking for a way to make the feeling stop. The sun is cold, the rain is hot. I feel the rope around my neck, I'm waiting for this drop. No turning back! Run, bleeding black! Rest slows to fall! It is all my fault. No turning back. I'm bleeding black again. As blood drips from my hands, the dark and cold breathes in. Another blood runs black
good Lord, I just want to like punch everything and throw chairs, and it's just from emotion, just so much emotion in that song. Yeah.
That's what you got to listen on the drive to work.
Dude,
That needs to be your
6
if,
a.m.
if I was somebody that listens to songs and stuff and says this needs to be your single, that needs to be your single. That one.
Oh yeah, we
I
pushed
vote
it
for that.
hard, man. We
That
got like
piece of
hardcore
shit.
Keem reacting to it and stuff too.
Oh, that
It's
guy's the man. I
Yeah,
want to do
we
like
love
a
that
like
guy.
me versus him thing while we're listening to something. Just see how much crazy we can throw and how much we can headbang. He's awesome though. That we were talking about that on the last show actually, but that it's the stuff is great. Bring it back to America. Don't leave it all in Japan. Bring it back. We want it here too. You know?
Oh, we got plans.
Bring
We'll
it back
definitely
here.
bring it over to America as
Yes,
soon
go-
as
and-
we are the top of the top in Japan, man. That's the
and
goal.
bring it to the East Coast. We want to hear more of this stuff on this side too. You know, don't leave it over there. I talked to a lot of bands on the West Coast also, and the music's phenomenal everywhere. You know, it's amazing. I mean, there's some. What was this? There was a statistic of something of how many like rock bands there are in the world, and it's crazy. But how many of them are good and original?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I've talked to a lot of them, and you guys are one of them. I mean, like you have your own sound. That sounds like blacksound. I'm gonna say that. If I have to say to
Hell
one of
yeah.
the guests, I'm gonna be like, well, that wasn't original. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, like it's good shit. Keep it up. Keep it going.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Man.
What do you guys
More-
got coming up next? What do you got? You have? Are you gonna go on tour of Japan?
Well, that's the plan. Hopefully next year, because actually the public borders were closed to all foreigners up until last month. You know, early October.
Right.
So because of Corona and all that, Andrew hasn't really been able to do anything. I mean, there's not really any tours happening in Japan, but everything's finally opening up again, and so that's the plan. We're gonna be having a music video for Painted Tunnels coming out soon. And then we'll probably have one more single, and then we'll be putting out another new EP, and hopefully getting Andrew out to Japan in the spring to do a tour for it. And
Nice.
yeah, hopefully everything goes well and we can pull it off.
Keep it up for
Yeah.
sure. Keep it up. Don't stop. You guys are. What is it? To the moon. I hate.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
That's so generic. But seriously, you guys got it. You guys got it for sure. Bring it. Get it going over there, wherever you got to get it going at, and bring it over here and show us what you got in person. I'd love to meet you guys in person. I give you a hug.
Oh yeah, to the toppermost of the propermost, as they say.
Something like that, you know.
Yeah.
I do have. I talked to a band over in San Diego, and I want to get over there and see their, you know. So if you guys come back around the same time, you know how crazy that would be.
Oh yeah.
I'm not yelling
Do
at you.
it.
I'm just excited. That's what I do. And
Let's
Thank
do
you
the
guys so much
Acute
for coming
Mania
on.
tour, bro. It's all
it's-
bands you
it's-
interview.
it's been a pleasure having you guys on the show from wherever you're at. It doesn't matter. We're hanging out in this Zoom room. They call it Zoom rooms. But
Oh,
yeah.
it's been awesome. I could talk to you guys for hours. You know, it's just about everything, and you know, culture and music and music culture, and,
Oh yeah.
and weird foods and raw horse meat, which is I'm not gonna try that. Sorry,
it's good.
sorry.
It's
I'm
good.
not gonna, I don't even know where I would find it, honestly. I mean, we're having a lettuce
I'm
shortage.
thinking.
We can't even get lettuce at a fast food restaurant here anymore. I mean,
True.
I don't get lettuce on. I mean, that just ruins the burger. But you know, I mean, you can't eat it anyway. So like, I mean, it's been great talking to you guys. If you have like 5 seconds, I'd love to talk to you right after I kill the stream here in a second.
Sure, no problem.
You have a little bit of
Thanks
time.
for having us again, man.
Yeah, I love the Northern Lights there.
Yeah.
Does it look that beautiful in Japan? Behind
Oh
you?
no, I wish. No, I'm just hiding my messy room.
I love it. That's just hilarious. Anyway, I'm gonna play the show out tonight with this band. They're really good. They're called Monroe. I believe they're from Illinois. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. But I did talk to them earlier today to see if they'd be on the show, and they said yes. So we'll see.
All right.
Tomorrow, early evening, I have Mark Benicosa is going to be here beside me or somewhere in this room, live to represent Black Hole Zion. I can't wait for that. It's going to be awesome. And then Friday we have Dragonfly Effect at 8 p.m. So watch the show. Come back, guys. Come back sometime when you got a new single or something.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah,
just
for sure.
Check in
Hell
with
yeah,
us.
anytime.
You know, from Japan, like in the middle of the market or on one of those sardine trains. You know, one of those things.
Oh, let's do it. We will most certainly. We'll
Yeah.
call in from the Torikizoku exclusive, bro.
Do that. Yes, whatever you just said. Hey, if you can send me like the symbols for what Acute Mania Live means in Japanese, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure you can figure it out.
You probably can't figure it out, but that's all right. Wait. Well, hello. Before we go, before I play this last song, Rob just showed up. Hey, Rob.
Wiener topping.
No.
Tell us.
That's Mike. That's Mike. Mike's the wiener guy. This is
Okay.
Rob was Invisible Rob for a long time, and we've kind of dissolved that just because that got old after a while. I think Rob used to do. He helped me start the show actually, but he just showed up.
Nice.
How you doing, man?
Hey.
His son's actually in Scare Tape, which was one of the bands that played this weekend.
Oh,
I was
awesome.
able to introduce. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow with Mark and Black Hole Zion, and this is Monroe with Tides. So we'll see you. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Peace out. Thank you.
See ya.
Peace.
I can't find a heart that's mine. Pull me close one more time. I lost my sight in the ocean tide.